Lindsay, what advice would you give somebody who is having maybe a really rocky relationship with their mom?
To not always see everything just through your perspective and your point of view, because especially when you're younger, this was my problem, is that I'm right. Everything that I'm doing wrong, I have a reason, I can justify it, don't be so defensive.
Okay, hold on. Start all over.
How am I going to start over? I don't even know what I said. I was blacked out.
Oh, but you did so good.
My mom and I had a really good relationship. I could not have asked for a better mother. I lived with my mom and dad until I guess I was 19. And when my grandmother needed me, because my grandpa died, I went down and lived with her until I got married. But my mom and I were best friends. She was a parent first, always a parent first. But we had a very open relationship, and I could tell her everything. Now, we did have a few things, she would not like somebody I was going out with, and she never failed to tell me. But she never forbid me to go out with anybody. But she kept a close eye on that. And there were a few times, I would go to a party or something, and a surrogate father I had who tried to keep too close an eye on me would call her and tell her, well, she's at a party next door, and it sounds like they're having too good a time. So she would call and say, you need to get home. And I was like probably 19 or 20 and living at home, but I got home. I left because she said, you get your home, and I got my home. So, but even growing up, older, we kept that relationship. And even she passed away 2.5 years ago, or a little over 2.5 years ago, and even up to that time, but I told her everything. I never kept anything from her.
And now that I'm older and I'm a mother, I can see why my mom was like freaking out all the time on me and being so, I thought was overbearing and just like super protective. It's just because she had my best interest in heart, and I didn't see it that way. So I just feel like we all need to just kind of take a step back and look at things in a mother's perspective, like why is she getting so upset? Just like really analyze your situation and try to identify the root of the problem before it gets out of hand. And then you're 3, 4, 5, 6 years going without speaking over something that's just so unnecessary that you've let just get growing and growing and growing. So I just feel like honesty and being open and taking a step back is the best way.
I agree with you 100%. You've got to step back and think about, especially once you become a mother, your perspective, it changes about everything, because you just want the best for your kids. And once I had my own children, I respect my mom a lot more. And I know there's situations, people out there are probably thinking, yeah, well, everything's rainbows and daisies for you all but this, my mom, this and that. Somebody has to be the adult, I guess, the big person, and step up and say, I'm sorry, or, try to mend that broken relationship, because I think you'd be happier. You would be a happier person.
And I don't care. There's no such thing as butterflies and rainbows with any family.
No, there isn't.
It's all
there
behind
isn't.
closed doors a mess. Everyone has it. So.
And everybody has situations, but you just get one mom. You just get one mom. And so I say, work at it, work hard at keeping that relationship going. And it is hard because people work, people's lives are busy. Once your children get old enough and they're in sports, and then even, people work and they have life, and your moms work. I mean, they work 24/7, just about it,
on my day off.
Yeah, they
She's
work.
like, okay, Lindsay, it's about time for you guys to go home now. And we're like, hey.
Take your kids with you.
Yeah, she's like, I already packed some food to go, so just go. You're good to go. And I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, bye.
Yeah, so I say,
Mom and I would have arguments. Nothing but serious, but we would have arguments. And I remember one thing she told me. She said, Linda, when we argue, When it's over, the next day, the next week. You never mention it again, and neither do I. She said we don't hold grudges with each other, and we don't bring it up years later or weeks later. She said, but that's it. When we argue, we argue. When it's over, it's over.
I need to take that advice. Me and my mom, we are the world's worst grudge holders. She's like, remember that time back at like 7 years ago when you did this? Or if I did something, it's still today.
Exactly.
But we are. I'm really bad, and all my girlfriends will tell you the same thing. If like any boyfriend has wronged them, even like freshman year high school status boyfriends, I'll be like, I saw that trash today. And like and I have to stop. I'm trying to be better and not be so psychotic and grudgy, but we're working on it.
But it just, I never thought of that. But it was about a couple of years before she died, and I said, you're right. We do. Sometimes we'll. And then she said, yeah, but when it's over, it's over. But it was like I hear something and I want to call her, and it's been that long. And these people that don't spend time with their parents, especially their mother, I don't understand it. They miss so much, and I don't have any regrets except as much time as I did spend with her. I wish I could have done more. But I love my mom so much, and I said she was always there for me, and I tried to be always there for her. And it's just a special relationship. And I know you have it with yours.
I do.
I don't know about you, Nancy, but
I do.
We have a roller coaster. It's on a good speed right now, though.
it's good.
Yes, but whenever I was younger, like mom was always wonderful. But when I got in high school, I drove her crazy and about put her in the grave. So, we just clashed, and then I ended up moving out when I was 17.
Oh.
So, but I went on to college and just did my own thing and whatnot. So we didn't speak for a very, very long time, like a couple of years almost. Like we did not talk, and then we just kind of popped back in, and everything's fine. She's a wonderful grandparent to both my children. Like she helps me with them so much because I'm a single mom. So I'm like, Mom, and she's like, yes, Lindsay, I love spending my days off watching your children. Thank you. And so I don't tell her enough how much I appreciate that. But she does. I won't be able to do half of the things I do now without her help. So we came a long way, and we're pushing through, doing really well now. So
It's always good.
yeah. So.
And I didn't mention the grandparent part, but she was wonderful.
Mhm.
She loved her grandkids and her great grandkids. And she, later in life, when we were grown,
Mhm.
they took over her heart. They did.
Yeah, my kids would leave me probably now and be like, we're just moving in with Mammy Kim now.
Oh.
So we're going to stay with her. And then Hunter will always say, we make the spaghetti exactly the same. Mom, I don't know, probably does something more advanced with her spaghetti sauce than I do. But Hunter will be like, I can't eat this. It's not Mammy's spaghetti. Or even boxed macaroni and cheese. It's not Mammy's macaroni and cheese. I'm like, Hunter, it's boxed macaroni's the same. Will not eat it. Mammy's is best, always. So I just let her have her moment with that for now. So
That's right.
So food always tastes better at your grandparents' house.
Mhm.
Always. It
And
always
it doesn't
did.
matter what it is. Yeah,
Right.
it doesn't
Always
matter.
did.
It always tastes better.
yes,
at your
and
grandparents'
we always have Sunday dinner at Mom's house. It's never really planned. I kind of just like, hey, I bought some steaks, and we just show up, and she's like, oh, so you bought all this food for me? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, you just want me to cook it, don't you? And I'm like, kind of. I was like, the playoffs are on right now, so can we just? And so she's like, you have to wash the potatoes. I'm like, okay, fine, I'll do it.
Yeah, I have a very good relationship with my mom. She is my rock. I don't know what I'd do without her. She has helped. She does. She comes out. We always have this thing to where she tries to do my laundry, and I'm really picky about my laundry. And I'm like, Mom, don't do the laundry.
Oh my gosh, send her to my
I
house.
will do it myself because I just finicky about stuff. And I think she just likes to come out there to do it just so I'll fuss. So then she just stopped doing it. So one day I called her and she goes, I said, Mom, I really wish you was here doing my laundry so I could be fussing at you for doing it. But if you want to come and do it, it's okay. I'll fuss at you, but you can come and do it. She's like, nope, I'm not going to do your laundry anymore. I'm like, burn that bridge. But Mom is very, she's a very good grandmother. They call her Mimi. And she is, she would get aggravated, like when the kids were little, she would want us to bring them and let her keep them. And I'd be like, Mom, I didn't have children for somebody else to raise. I want to. And she goes, well, now we need a turn too, And anytime we need her for anything, she comes. She picks our kids up, and like I said, she'll come and help us. Not so much now because everybody's busy and things are going on. But she's been one solid, figure in my life, my whole life. And I'm like you, Linda. I had a very good relationship growing up. I could tell her anything, and she always would tell us. She would always say, I know y'all are going to do things and things are going to happen. You're going to be in situations. Be smart. Use your head. If you need a ride or need somebody to come and get you, call me. I'll come and get you. No questions asked. And, a time or two, we resorted to that, and she stuck to her word.
My mom would always find out if we were
Yeah,
doing
and
things.
just
She would
what
roll
she
up
said.
in there and just be like, let's go right now. And
Yes.
I'd be like, oh my God.
Well, Mom would always say, I want to hear it coming from you. Because people, it's like you said, you always have somebody watching over you that likes to kind of exaggerate things or make, just dramatize things. And she would always say, tell me first, I want to hear it from you, and then we'll take it from there. She says, I don't want to hear what you did or what happened from somebody else. And I would be like, okay. And we learned that over the years, and we would always tell her the truth. We would tell her what happened. Mom, this is how it went down. This is what happened. And it was, we did things, and we were, we had to pay the consequences for things. But if we told her the truth and she knew, then she was always, she believed us, and she was right there. And like you, she was a parent first, but she was our friend, and she knew, and we knew we could trust her. We still tell her everything. We'll all be in a room talking, and she'll come in and she'll say, okay, what'd y'all say? Start at the beginning. She wants to know, and usually we do. And I just can't imagine. And my husband always laughs, and he'll say, was that your mom on the phone? And I'm like, yeah. He goes, you just saw her. And I'm like, yes, I know, but and we talk every day just about, and I can't imagine not, having that relationship. And I'm like, you people that don't have that relationship, I don't. They're missing out, They really are.
I would call her when I got up, or she would call me when she got up. First thing. And it just depended on who woke up first. And Todd and I had pretty much the same relationship when he was growing up, because if he did something, he told me. And there's only one thing he didn't, and I found out from one of the other guys that was in this thing, and he said, I thought I told you about it. And I said, no, you didn't. He said, I really thought I did. And I found out from one of the other guys that was involved, and his wife told me, his mother didn't find out about it either until just a few months ago. So they both, he knew he didn't tell his mother, but Todd said, Mom, really, I thought you did tell me. I thought I did tell you. And I said, no, that's one you missed. But he swore he thought he told me. And I believe him, because he always told me. And I didn't throw a fit or anything, because it never was a big thing. But he just always told me.